And we begin at 5 with breaking news, a wildfire that is now forcing evacuations in Wasco County. KGW viewers sharing these photos with us showing a big plume of smoke rising into the air just west of the Maupin area.
This map of the Dodge fire shows where it's burning. It's west of Highway 197, burning along Highway 216. According to the Wasco County Sheriff, there are level 3 go now evacuations for Victor Road and Walters Road on both the north and south side of Highway 216. Fire officials have also issued level 2 evacuations, which means be ready to go for all of Ty Valley Road, Ty Valley, Fred Ashley Road, and Davidson Grade Road. And there are level 1 evacuations in northern Maupin and west of the Deschutes River. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about this fire.
Obviously changing minute to minute here. Let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri tracking this for us. Joe, what are conditions looking like in Wasco County right now?
Well, David and Laurel, the winds are going to be picking up here the next couple of hours and throughout tomorrow as well. So here's a current map that shows where the wind speeds are. Basically throughout parts of the Columbia River Gorge, where the east end of the gorge, I should say, where there's a fire danger alert until later this evening. Gusts are about 38, 40 miles per hour. You can see they're going to start to pick up throughout the later part of the day tomorrow. As we bring in the future cast for the winds die down late tonight, which is good for all those crews who are working on about 3 or 4 of the wildfires that are burning throughout the state of Oregon right now. But heading into tomorrow afternoon, the winds pick up again throughout the central Oregon area, gusts up to 25, 30 miles per hour. Red flag warning will remain in place until the later part of this evening through parts of southern Oregon and throughout eastern Oregon. There's a good chance that will get extended because of the threat of thunderstorms this afternoon and into tomorrow as well. Here's a look at the current acres burned in Oregon, just over 1,700 acres. This is a number that's most likely going to continue to climb over the next couple of days. It stays hot and dry, especially throughout central and southern Oregon. Again, thunderstorms over the next couple of days, and they've been pretty intense here the last 24 hours. I'll talk more about that in your detailed forecast.
All right, Joe, thanks for that update.
And the fires are taken care of, come back and finish the part that was closed.
Well, let's take you a little bit south, forced to find a different path as the McKinney fire burns near the Pacific Crest Trail. It has burned more than 56,000 acres since it sparked on Friday just south of the Oregon-California border. And while it is the largest fire in California this year, firefighters are making some progress under more favorable conditions. Some good news there. Evan Watson with the update.
Homes destroyed, forests burned, and lives upended.
Everything I had for 4 generations is up in smoke, everything.
The McKinney fire is burning out of control just south of the Oregon-California border.
Firefighters are facing some tough conditions.
It started Friday and exploded in size, killing 2 people already. Many have had to leave their homes and head to the 2 evacuation centers, one in Weed, California, and the other in Ashland.
I hope I have a home when it's all over.
Barbara Lepper is a longtime Siskiyou County resident. She lost her home in Happy Camp, California in a wildfire in 2020. Lepper evacuated her new home in Wairika and is hoping for the best.
I didn't have anything of value this time except our lives.
It's a different story for Harleen Schwander. Her home is gone. She says her daughter-in-law and her son live next door, and she plans on staying with them if their house survives the fire.
I'm just trying to stay positive and not think about everything that I've had since I was a child. It's hard.
Firefighters are getting some help. Rain overnight is allowing firefighters to take a more offensive attack.
It's given us an opportunity to get in and work the fire's edge or scout out areas at least that we can work the fire's edge. This will be a tremendous advantage to us because it puts us in more of an offensive posture.
Evan Watson, KGW News.
The McKinney fire is one of several burning across the region. This map shows all the wildfires in the area. There's a lot of them as of 2:30 this afternoon. In central Oregon, firefighters worked overnight and were able to keep fires from growing. That's despite gusty winds and thunderstorms. The Fly Creek fire near Lake Billy Chinook is now 25% contained. Smoke jumpers are parachuting into other areas of the Deschutes National Forest to check on reported fires to see if they're spreading. Thunderstorms reportedly started more than 40 fires between Sunday and Monday.
When crews arrived, they radioed a size up of multiple boathouses on fire.
and that fire burned for hours at the Dalles Marina. It also briefly shut down westbound lanes of Interstate 84. Today, state fire marshals were on the scene, assessing the damage and trying to figure out how it started.
Yeah, Bryant Clerkley talked to folks who praised that quick response.
Officials say that 5 houseboats were completely destroyed, 6 of them have damage, and 11 of them were saved. Fire crews were on scene for 8 hours trying to get everything under control, and you can see the extent of the damage behind me.
Just had to kind of do an emergency trip to remove the boat and get everything cleared out so to minimize the fire risk for all the other units.
This was the fire scene last night at the Dalles Marina. Matthew Cash has a houseboat here, but lives in Salem. When he found out there was a fire at the marina, he rushed here to make sure his vacation home was safe. Firefighters say the flames started just after 7 p.m. Monday night, and when they arrived, they found multiple houseboats on fire. Luckily, Matthews was spared.
There's some new boathouse owners, and I just hope that they're insured, and my understanding is everyone's okay, so that's the most important thing.
Fire Chief of Mid-Columbia Fire and Rescue Robert Palmer says there were about 60 firefighters battling this blaze. It was under control by about 4 Tuesday morning. Palmer said there was fear that the fire would spread.
We did end up with a fire to the east of us. We had embers that landed in some juniper bushes over on the freeway. Down beyond us here, and so it basically threatened traffic on the freeway. We had to make sure that we got that knocked down.
Crews were sent from Multnomah County to help. The westbound lanes of Highway 84 were briefly closed while firefighters worked to get everything under control. People who have homes in the marina are happy about the quick response.
Let's make a note that the people are trying to be heroic, but let's also remember that probably not a good idea to come down here. There are still off-gassing fire materials, things that make people sick that we're all very well aware of. So keep your distance and be respectful of the cleanup.
The cause of the fire is still unknown. The state fire marshal will continue to investigate to figure that out. One of the firefighters suffered heat exhaustion and was taken to the hospital. In the Dalles, I'm Bryant Clerkley, KGW News.
A Southeast Portland homeowner is in quite a bind. He's trying to sell his home, but squatters have moved in and he can't get them off the property. It started way back in January when the homeowner left town and the property was empty. When he came back, the squatters beat him up, sent him to the hospital. He's now put the property on the market. Those in the neighborhood say it's become dangerous since the squatters moved in.
Everybody probably feels at risk or in danger. Like with those type of people, like the fact that I'm doing this, like my house might get broken into or something crazy.
Coming up on the story at 6 o'clock, we hear from the realtor who's trying to get this house sold and find out what can be done to get the squatters out of this home.
One person is dead after a stabbing in Portland's Old Town Chinatown neighborhood. This is the second fatality in that area in just a matter of days. Mike Benner joins us now from outside Central Precinct. So, Mike, any arrests yet in either of these cases?
Yeah, David, one person was arrested in this morning's stabbing. We can tell you it was bike officers who made that arrest. As far as why this all happened, though, we just don't know yet. What we do know is that just after 9 o'clock this morning, a stabbing was reported near the corner of Northwest 5th and Davis. A security guard who works in the area tells me there was a lot of blood. This was a bad stabbing, and the victim appeared to be a houseless individual. Attempts to save that woman's life were unsuccessful. She died at the hospital. Officers, though, did manage to arrest a suspect nearby. That person has yet to be identified. In the meantime, we spoke to a man who has lived in the area since December. He is troubled by the violence. Listen.
I ride bikes through here all day long, every day, and it's just fine. Even the homeless kids that are sitting over there are usually pretty harmless. They just have literally nowhere else to go. But this past week, it's been so intense with just nonstop death.
Yeah, he's referring to a triple shooting within 2 blocks of this morning's stabbing. The shooting happened around 9:30 Friday night near Northwest 5th and Cooch. The young man killed in that shooting has been identified as 19-year-old Lauren Tayshawn Abbott Jr. No arrests in that case. If you have any information, pick up the phone and call Portland Police. Let's send it back to you.